Mediastinum of pleura. The mediastinum is the middle space left in thoracic cavity in between the lung. The introduction: mediastinum between the pleural cavity. It contains the heart and other thoracic viscera except the lung. It is partition between the right and left pleural sac. It includes all structure which lies in the intermediate compartment of the thoracic cavity. On right lateral and left lateral occupied by the lung. Now the boundaries of the mediastinum. Anteriorly sternum, posteriorly vertebral column, laterally parietal pleura, superiorly thoracic inlet, inferiorly diaphragm. And this mediastinum divides into superior and inferior compartment. This superior mediastinum, you can see a dotted line at the sternal angle at the level of the fourth thoracic vertebra, lower border. So line joining, there is a dotted line between the sternal angle to the fourth thoracic vertebra. So from the thoracic inlet to the fourth, this imaginary line, there is a superior mediastinum. And this superior mediastinum separated from the inferior mediastinum by this imaginary line. And this inferior mediastinum again divide into anterior mediastinum, middle mediastinum and the posterior mediastinum. So area in front the pericardium is the anterior mediastinum, area behind the pericardium is the posterior mediastinum. So there is a, you can see the boundary also. Boundary of the anterior mediastinum above imaginary line, anteriorly body of the sternum, posteriorly pericardium and below diaphragm. Posterior mediastinum above imaginary line, anteriorly pericardium, posteriorly there is a vertebral column and below diaphragm. And this middle mediastinum bounded by the pericardium. So again this is the same division of the mediastinum. And this middle mediastinum contains heart and pericardium. This is the same diagram, superior inferior mediastinum. It is the line diagram. So you can draw like this. You can see here T1 to T12 thoracic vertebra. So posterior boundary of the superior mediastinum T1 to T4 and posterior boundary of the posterior mediastinum from T5 to T12. And you can see the plane of the thoracic inlet. The plane of the superior thoracic inlet is from the upper border of the manubrium up to the upper border of the T1. So this is the line of the superior thoracic inlet. It make a 45-degree angle from the upper border of the T1. Now the content of the superior mediastinum. The content of the superior mediastinum, you can see from anterior side, you can see the upper part of the superior vena cava, right brachiocephalic, left brachiocephalic, arch of aorta. On the right side there is a right brachiocephalic artery. On the left side you can see the common carotid, left common carotid and left subclavian artery. And behind this there is a trachea and further esophagus. Now the nerves. On the right side you can see the right vagus nerve. On the left side you can see the left vagus nerve and left recurrent laryngeal nerve. The left recurrent laryngeal nerve showing in this diagram, it wind round the ligamentum arteriosum. In the next diagram, from behind forward, again there is a esophagus, trachea, arch of aorta. In this diagram, the lymphatic structure, thoracic duct and lymph node. Along with this, right and left sympathetic trunk. And this is the transverse section at the level of the T4. So you can see here the attachment of the muscles from the manubrium, sternothyroid and sternohyoid, and posteriorly longus colli muscle. You can see the arrangement of the structure from posterior aspect. Esophagus, and just near this there is a thoracic duct, recurrent laryngeal nerve on the left side, left subclavian artery, left vagus and left common carotid. The left vagus between the left subclavian artery and left common carotid artery, and this recurrent laryngeal nerve lies between the trachea and esophagus. It always runs just near the trachea and esophagus. Anteriorly, there is a left brachiocephalic vein. On the right side, anteriorly, right brachiocephalic, right phrenic nerve, and right brachiocephalic artery. Then the right vagus nerve. So, this is the arrangement at the level of the T4. Anterior mediastinum. Anterior mediastinum, anteriorly body of the sternum, again posteriorly pericardium, superiorly imaginary plane, inferiorly superior surface of the diaphragm, on each side mediastinal pleura. The content of the anterior mediastinum is the sternopericardial ligament, lymph nodes, internal thoracic artery, lower part of the thymus. Here you can see in the anterior compartment there is a thymus extending up to the anterior compartment. On the posterior compartment you can see the descending thoracic aorta and esophagus. Posterior compartment, the content of the posterior compartment is the esophagus, thoracic duct, right and left vagus, descending aorta, azygos, hemiazygos veins, right and left sympathetic trunk and their branches, splanchnic nerves and lymph nodes. And this is the diagram which you can draw. This is a simple diagram you can draw in the posterior compartment. You can see the green thoracic duct, azygos vein, lymph nodes, and this is the descending aorta and the esophagus. From the right and left side you can see on the right side you can see the azygos vein drain into the superior vena cava and right phrenic nerve. In the lower diagram you can see the descending aorta and left phrenic nerve and left vagus behind the hilum and sympathetic trunk also. In the middle mediastinum, the content are pericardium and heart, arteries, ascending aorta, pulmonary trunk, veins, lower half of the superior vena cava, termination of the inferior vena cava and pulmonary veins, and nerves में phrenic and lymph nodes. So this is the margin, dotted margin showing the middle mediastinum. This is showing lower part of the superior vena cava from right to left side, superior vena cava, ascending aorta, pulmonary trunk, and right and left pulmonary veins, and inferiorly inferior vena cava. Now the mediastinal syndrome. What is the mediastinal syndrome? The compression of the mediastinal structure by any tumor give rise to group of the symptom known as the mediastinal syndrome. The common symptoms are as follows: trachea and main bronchi, stridor, dyspnea, cough, and features of the lung collapse. An obstruction of the superior vena cava give rise to engorgement of the vein in the upper half of the body. Obstruction on the esophagus cause the dysphagia, difficulty in the swallowing. And pressure over the left recurrent laryngeal nerve, there is a hoarseness of the voice and bovine cough. Phrenic nerve, hemidiaphragm paralysis, and sympathetic trunk give rise to Horner syndrome. So these are the symptoms and signs involved in the mediastinal syndrome.